They're our newest developer, helping with the DePrize project. Um, and I think they have a history with Pablo, so he can tell you a lot more about their background. But until we get Pablo in here as well, I think we can kind of move on from that in the agenda. Maybe we can circle back to it here in a bit. Let's bring up the agenda here. Sorry, normally I have it posted in the chat. Don't right now. um, go. Yeah. So I guess we'll jump right into the next part, the announcement. It's again a brief one, but the New Worlds proposal from last week did pass, and so we'll be working on sending them over the funds for that. There is a new project channel where I hope we can add some updates as they come in. But yeah, congrats to Rick and I think Pablo and Ryan are on the project as well. I'm hoping that we can really make the most out of the value that's being offered with that project. And I mean, I look forward to going. I hope to make it there. Really looking forward to the cowboy ball. Actually, that sounds like a lot of fun. So yeah, good news. It's passed, and we'll get the ball rolling on that. Um, but yeah, that's basically the only announcement. I guess I'm just running through it today. I guess next we can just jump into the town hall. I guess I see Ryan in the audience. So if Ryan, you want to pop up and say anything about New Worlds, and feel free.
Yeah, I'm excited to work with Rick and Leia on this. Pablo and I were at New Worlds last year in Austin. It's a pretty awesome event. They got some really good speakers and pretty cool group of people that attend their events there. We're also with Ben from LifeShip last year and Ari as well, who's been involved with MoonDAO. So we had a small little contingent of MoonDAO folks last year. That was also how we got connected with people like Phil Metzger, who spoke later on for an X Space with us. So yeah, obviously this year we'll have a bigger level of involvement with the sponsorship, and also think Mon is going to be speaking there, which will be awesome. But yeah, looking forward to figuring out how we can make the most of this event.
Yes, Ryan, I am speaking. I am going to speak Friday morning, I think at 9:45 with Frank White. There's going to be an overview panel. So I will be there. I think Titan's going to come to the conference. So a few of us will be there. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave Friday evening, but I'll be there all day Friday hanging out with you guys. And yeah, so hopefully if you're interested in as part of the MoonDAO community to come, please reach out to the group. I guess we'll figure that out later, but it'd be nice to get a gauge as to who's interested in coming on November 1st and 2nd. That's when it is.
Yeah, totally. Well, yeah, hopefully Titan can make it out. More folks, get a nice little group together.
Yeah, it seems like he's going to be there. Cool. It'll be a good chance to highlight all the citizen and teams and DePrize stuff as well.
Yeah, we're planning on doing like a workshop and really getting people like on chain and through the gate there in person.
Nice. Cool. So I see we got Jade in here now. So I'll invite them up to speak.
Howdy, y'all. How's it going?
Hey, how's it doing? Pretty good. How's it on your end?
Good, good. Yeah, it's just been ramping up the past few days, but I guess I'll just give a quick background, I guess. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, first off, just like Pablo and I have known each other maybe 6 years or so. So we're like in a band together. So I don't know if you've heard Pablo on the keys, but he's super talented. So that's kind of my intro to MoonDAO. And then in terms of my background, so I guess I heard about Bitcoin when it was like a few pennies. Uh, Obviously didn't buy a boatload, so that's why I live in the Castro and not in like Nob Hill. But yeah, kind of came back to it in college. We got like free $100 worth of Bitcoin for like all the undergrads at my school. And then I think I sold it after it like doubled, and I thought I was a genius. Um, and then I guess the next time I came back into crypto was for a project called Crypto Spinners, where so me and a couple buddies built like one of the first crypto gaming apps. So basically you could battle fidget spinners on the blockchain to make some money. Ran into some legal issues with that, but we just launched it as an NFT project, and that was a lot of fun. And I kind of, got to learn how to develop smart contracts there. And then since then, I've been at 2 other crypto startups. Yeah, just building all sorts of stuff. One of them was fintech. Another one was kind of a interoperability solution across a bunch of different Ethereum networks. And then, yeah, I guess other than that, outside of crypto, I've got a lot of experience in machine learning. So training models, some of that in the self-driving space, and then more recently with some large language model stuff. So yeah, that's kind of my technical background. And then just in terms of like interests outside of that, I've just been obsessed with space my whole life, and particular like SpaceX has been super inspirational for me in the past couple of years, just watching what they've been doing. And then yeah, just also like really hoping to forward the mission of taking humanity to the moon and beyond. So that's what I'm excited about with MoonDAO. So yeah, at this point I'm kind of just getting my bases, learning a bit more about how the development works here, some of the processes, governance, stuff like that. But yeah, looking to learn, and yeah, excited to meet everybody. And yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you. That's you definitely have the background we're looking for, and it's good to have someone who like has a lot of long-term potential here. I guess maybe Pablo can fill us in a little bit more on the context of how Jade's going to be working with us, and um, you know regarding DePrize.
Totally. Yeah, so as a lot of the people here in the audience and on stage know, we've been kind of building this foundation towards the DePrize for a while, and it's been kind of this cornerstone of our roadmap. And there's going to be a good amount of new contract development that will be required to get that to get it to the point where we can get this out in front of people. A lot of it too, it will be kind of I mean, I think of it as taking like a almost like a fractal of what MoonDAO has done as like an organization, and then turning that all into a tool so that we can basically point like towards certain objectives, and then crowd raise and create a rewards pool around that objective. And so yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to have Jade on board. I've known Jade for 6 years now, and we've always been wanting to work together. And so yeah, it's kind of like a dream come true to be able to like work on this project in particular with Jade, because I think they bring a ton of awesome experience into it. And also I just know that I love working with Jade already. So it's, yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, in the short term, one of the last objectives of the Citizens and Teams project is to basically put together the development plan for the rest of the DePrize. And so that's what Jade will be focused on primarily, and in the meantime also just kind of getting acquainted with their code base. Colin's already found a few bugs and things to just kind of like poke around in the code and just submit a PR, go through the full developer cycle, and so yeah, it's exciting.
You left out the part before about you guys making music. I'm just learning about that now.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've played music together for a while. We try to get together like once a week, and sometimes it's a little bit more spotty than once a week. And we'll just jam and make stuff together. We played a backyard concert once. That was fun for friends. So yeah, Jade is a very creative person, and yeah, I feel like we have a lot of similar interests across crypto space, music, etc. So yeah.
Very cool.
Jade is a great drummer and singer. Um,
Nice. I wish I could sing. That's why I play harmonica, because it's on key.
yeah. Oh, we actually have a lot of musicians on stage too. I mean, Dr. Iman plays the banjo, Jade's on drums, singing. I mean, we could get a MoonDAO band going here too. Um, and the
Yeah,
bass.
I can also play kashakas. It's a weird, obscure African instrument that nobody knows, but it's basically like maracas mixed with nunchucks. It's pretty fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should yeah, try to find a time to all jam, make a MoonDAO album,
Yeah.
little side project.
New Worlds.
Right, yeah, yeah. Which by the way is passed. I don't know. Sorry, I came in late. Missed the first few minutes, but yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, we'll be out at New Worlds, and we've got 6 tickets. So if anyone's interested in coming down to Houston, that'll be awesome. It looks like it'll align with the next Starship launch, so that's pretty cool too. We could make a field trip out of it, and you know, go down to Houston and visit Starbase. Even if Starship isn't launching, I'd love to go down and go about some land. So we've been talking about trying to get a little physical presence going down there in Starbase. So that could be fun. A little prospecting mission.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. That'd be cool. Yeah, we briefly talked about New Worlds, but yeah, I'm excited. I want to go. I want to go to the Cowboy Ball, Space Cowboy Ball. Is that I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, yeah. You're supposed to dress up. I think as if you were on Mars, like 100 years in the future or something. I forget the exact prompt, but yeah, should be fun. And
Yeah.
Jabab is in the area too. Would be cool to see you there. Um, see him in the chat. But yeah,
Was
cool.
fun. Yeah. So yeah, if that's our updates there, I guess we can go right into um our just roundtable. There's no other projects on the agenda this week. But again, thanks, Jade. I'm looking forward to you being on the team. Um, we've been looking for the right person for a while, and I feel like we finally got it.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I can kick it off with some project updates. So yeah, I'll start with citizens and teams. So yeah, we're meeting regularly, ramping up now for kind of a final sprint for the rest of the quarter. We've got our work cut out for us, and yeah, most of the big things that we wanted to achieve um, are likely going to be achieved by the end of the quarter. The one stumbling block that we did hit is getting people to sign up with just a credit card. Ended up being much more complex than we previously thought. Currently, you can sign up with a credit card. You just have to make an account through MoonPay, and it's a little bit more involved than we'd want, because you have to navigate away, go to MoonPay, create an account, etc. It's basically like creating a Coinbase account, and it takes a while. What we wanted to enable is just like, here's a credit card checkout, but that is it gets you into the whole payment space, which is kind of very, very yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of solutions out there, but pretty much none of them met the requirements of what we wanted to achieve. There's still one that we're kind of holding out on, which is MoonPay does have an NFT checkout, but they've been really slow to get back to us. So we're trying our hardest to get that credit card portal working, so people don't have to create an account on exchange. They can just immediately sign up. They don't have to be routed somewhere else. The one thing that we were able to enable, though, is it's called a Coinbase on-ramp that works with debit cards. So if you've got a debit card, you can plug that in and then immediately get the NFT. So that at least is a pretty big win. And yeah, other than that, we've been polishing everything up, getting some of the people that have committed to join this first cohort of teams through the gate. We've got 5 teams right now, including the EB branch. We're also kind of dogfooding it ourselves, and we're working with the other 5 of the total 10 committed to get them through the gate, and just trying to be as close to them as possible, hearing any sort of pain points that they have, and trying to help them navigate any of the stumbling blocks as they get onto the system. And yeah, we're tracking for the end of the quarter to go fully public with the launch. I mean, it's already on our website, but we're gonna make kind of like more of a push on socials, an article that kind of explains the whole system end to end. Just kind of like really explaining a lot of the work that we've done, and getting this in front of more people. So that's exciting. And yeah, I guess I'll segue directly into the MOONEY distribution project. Yeah, still trying to wrap that up by the end of the quarter. There are a few objectives there that I'm not sure that we'll really hit. I mean, so there's 300 million MOONEY that's kind of allocated towards potentially doing something with bigger institutional partners. There've been a lot of conversations, but I don't think that 300 million MOONEY is going to be like distributed to any sort of institutional partners in the short term. I think that we could probably keep that open-ended, and know that the community has signaled that intent. And yeah, basically most of my effort and the things that I think are most important to focus on is this development work, getting all the users through the gate, really building out the foundation of the DAO, the DePrize, fixing up Nance, basically building a much better product at MoonDAO. And then there are plenty of people that are very interested in what we're doing, and want to support, from more like VC side or whatever. Like there are people that are reaching out, but we have enough runway for a bit here. And it's pretty great that we've been able to bootstrap basically, or basically just do this sort of off of the tail of the Blue Origin suborbital raise. And I think that there's a potential that we just get to the DePrize, where we're targeting some of these bigger missions, and that's where we really engage kind of like the bigger sort of bigger pockets players in the space to fund a particular mission, rather than just MoonDAO generally. So that's kind of where my mind's at right now with that portion of the project. We're also going to be doing so part of that project is a burn to celebrate our second astronaut launch. So that'll be a transaction that's coming in there. And then beyond that, there's a locking that we were going to do on mainnet, but now we might do that on Arbitrum. I don't know. I'm still kind of unclear about whether or not, like, what the value of that is in particular. I know it kind of ensures that MOONEY won't be leaving the multi-sig, but I do think that there's going to be some risk in transferring it over to Arbitrum, and then locking it there. It's doable, but there's definitely, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a lot easier when we were thinking about just locking it directly on mainnet from the multi-sig treasury, but given that that's not possible, doing it through the L2 is the other alternative, and I'm not really sure if that's like the most viable thing for us. So, anyways, those are my 2 updates on the projects. I'll pass it over to Mitchie.
Yeah, so I only have the one thing to update on. It's the summer internship program. Unfortunately, it's not a great update. I think that throughout this project, we received a lot of really great applications from people in terms of, people interested in machine learning, people with actually like really inspiring large visions for things like rovers on the moon. A lot of people with like machine learning background as well. Um, However, I I feel that a lot of the risks that were outlined in the original proposal were actually realized, and we probably didn't put enough effort into like a mitigation strategy for those risks. However, none of the funds that were allocated to this project have been spent in any way. What I'm suggesting, or what we'll do, is I think we're just going to wind down the project. Those funds will go back into the treasury and be distributed, well, partially at least, in the next reward cycle. I do want to see this. Like, I still believe this is a good idea. I just think that we kind of didn't have the bandwidth to work on this. I know even last week we were discussing different things, but we were still kind of like working out details. And right at this point in time, it's been extended from a fall from a summer to a fall internship, and now we're basically through the fall as well. So I am going to be just shutting the project down. They won't be considered for the reward cycle, and the funds will be returned. But we do hope to uh, have more time, more focus to do this, a better mitigation strategy for these same risks next summer. And we'll start on it in the spring before, because I think another part of the problem with this was that we just started too late. There was already a lot going on, and yeah, like I said, those risks were realized. So I would still like to. I am going to go through the applicants though, and do another round of outreach just to let them know what the status is, but also try to encourage them to still get involved in MoonDAO in other ways, because I know there was a lot of people who, were very like space focused, very mission aligned, very value aligned with the community, and it would be a shame to not, try and get them in the door. So with that out of the way, I think it's actually open. It's actually going to be a little easier to maybe get people involved, because we're not trying to do it through this framework. They can get involved in other ways as well, and so yeah, that's my update there. It will be the last one for summer internship. Yeah. And with that, I guess I can pass it along to Ryan and Mon here and talk about the follow up that they've been doing with the second astronaut support.
Yeah, so thank you and excellent work. First off, Mitchie, I know you put in a lot of effort. You really did try to get the internship program up and running. And as you said, there was applicants. I think lessons learned that maybe next year will be more fruitful and successful. Start it maybe in the first quarter of the next calendar year to really get it to work. So kudos to you. We launched, obviously. We've been to space, so that's good. Right now, I guess we are a couple of things happening. I mean, media still is happening and is happening strong. I have a couple of podcasts coming up. I'm doing a live TV show on Friday here locally. I talked to UNC, like their media person, the other day because they were doing an interview on Carson and wanted to include some information about us. So the media piece is still going, and I think as people are still interested in the story, we'll keep sharing. Then beyond that, because there's more than just media, I've been talking to the Metro Public Schools here in Nashville and in some of the adjoining counties, and are starting to schedule things to speak at schools, particularly STEM programs, to try to motivate kids at the public schools, to pursue things like science and hard things. So that's going on. On another end, I got the payload bag. I actually shipped a lot of stuff to Pablo yesterday, I think, or the day before. So Pablo expect to be getting something in the mail. And I think that's where we're at. We will need to discuss as a community how we'll distribute some of the stuff that's flown to space. And I think that is probably the most active thing we need to engage the community on currently. And also, if community members are involved in any groups that they would like me to talk at, I think that would be something I could bring back to our group at MoonDAO. So if you're a community member and you have a space positive, excited group that would be interested in chatting, please let me know. So it's not just at schools I'm talking to. There's a group of like students at the Vanderbilt Law School. There's a group of students in somewhere in North Carolina, I think at Duke, for one of their space med programs. They've reached out. So if I'm making myself available for those groups, then obviously I'm also available for our group. Am I missing anything, Mitchie? Ryan.
No, you covered a lot there. I'll just say for those who are in attendance there in El Paso, we are working on getting the stipends out here in the next few days, hopefully. Yeah, that's the main thing. Working on getting the interview that we did post-flight with you, Iman, out here hopefully very shortly. Shared a cool photo of you, obviously, with the MoonDAO flag and the capsule here in the ground control chat too. But yeah, we're gonna get some more stuff out now that we're getting materials back from Blue as well.
We're still waiting on more video. We haven't really got any, other than the videos you've seen online, like the apogee and stuff. We haven't seen any other videos be released by Blue. So we are not withholding that from you guys. We will happily share that as soon as we can.
Nice. I'm excited to see it. I know they need to go by like frame by frame, so it takes a little while. Cool. Well, with that, we can go to our next and last item on the roundtable here, the analytics updates from Colin and Jamon.
Yeah. So we completed objective 4, which was to update the assets weekly. So that's good. We created a subgraph for vMooney and Arbitrum, so now we can fetch the data across all chains. And then I'm working on improving the styling of the analytics page. So I'm trying to make it look like some of the other pages. The styling is a little outdated. And then Jamon is working on metrics for final reports. So he's compiled data from all quarters for final reports. And yeah, we're going to be adding that in soon.
Cool. That's the final report data is the data I'm interested in seeing.
Yeah, that would be nice. Unless Jamon has anything else, that's all I got.
Nothing to add there. Yep.
Cool. So yeah, I guess with that, it's just open floor. If anyone here on stage has anything they want to add that wasn't on the agenda, or if anyone in the audience wants to raise their hand and jump up on stage, now is the time.
Cool. Well, people are raising their hands or asking any questions that they have. I'm curious, how is the project data going to be stored? I wonder if we could do like a table and table for all of that. data.
That might be cool. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, right now we're just storing it in a spreadsheet and we're using a library to fetch from the spreadsheet. But yeah, that could be cool.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, that could be a good like short-term way to just kind of like hack it out and see. And then over time we can try to see. I mean, as we get the I do think that it would be pretty solid to get the retroactive reward stuff relatively on chain, getting that put together with Tableland and we can talk about how we do all that. But yeah. Justin's got a question. He's saying, how do we apply for one of the New Worlds tickets? I'm not sure we have a policy put together, anything around how we're going to distribute. We've got 6 seats, right, Ryan? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it just passed. We haven't. We'll be talking with Rick and Leah and all that just to work out the logistics there and obviously let everybody know.
Yeah.
And Ryan, I would assume we should push for the fact that I wouldn't count as a ticket since I'm speaking. So
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I think I'll be speaking as well. I wonder if that also counts as a seat. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to accommodate either way. So yeah.
So another field. Did you guys watch the Polaris Dawn spacewalk? That was pretty epic.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm glad that it was all successful, and I was nervous actually.
All right.
I was a little bit worried.
I just like happened to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning and I was like, oh, the spacewalk's gonna happen. Watched it live, but yeah, it's pretty epic. Crazy what's happening. We're living in a golden age of space. 19 people in space at once.
Yeah, that's wild. I actually haven't seen the full stream yet. I have to watch that. I just saw little clips on Twitter and all of that,
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes in total at a time, like between the both spacewalkers. Not too long.
Yeah, it's super impressive. SpaceX is killing it.
Yeah. Blue Origin responded with a congratulations on Twitter. Oh.
It's always funny when there's interactions between the two.
Yeah,
Backhanded compliments.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club one.
Right, exactly that one. Yeah. Grand General Max is asking, does anyone know what happened with the Artemis program?
I mean, I think it's on hold till next year, right? It was supposed to launch 2025, and I think now are they saying 2026 for the first crewed launch? Andrew may know. Titan.
Inviting Titan up on stage. Yeah, I really don't know what the status is.
Yeah. Artemis is currently on hold. Well, it's not on hold. They just have pushed all the dates back, mostly due to funding and things being late coming from manufacturers and so forth, but mostly because of funding. So yeah, so the crewed Artemis 2 is probably going to be late 2026, and that puts the Artemis 3 moon landing probably around 27 or late 27, early 28.
Thanks. Yeah, it's interesting. All right. Any other questions from anyone in the chat or anyone on stage, or any other announcements, things on people's minds? I've been considering doing a little bit of like a proposal or just like general office hours for MoonDAO, where I don't know, like me and whoever else wants to hang out for like an hour or two once a week, and we can just like workshop different ideas or just, I don't know, do general like, I don't know, coordination around any sort of proposal, or is it something in ideation? And there's so many threads going on right now in ideation, and it would be awesome to get some of those to the full proposal stage and turn those into projects. So yeah, happy to if anyone wants to work on their proposal or on any idea in ideation, I'll hang around. So I don't know, I'll announce that maybe starting next week. So look out for that announcement. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'd be great. That would give me another door that we could bring some of these applicants from the internship program in through.
Yep, totally. Yeah, I see Andrew Bob. You guys should check out Andrew Bob's thread in ideation. He's got like a really cool proposal around like aquanauts. I mean, I think it's exciting. I think it's like an interesting like domain where we could definitely start testing out a bunch of things. I know well, a bunch of people here on stage have some scuba experience. Titan, Iman, yeah. But yeah, it's a cool idea. So please leave feedback for Andrew Bob's. Yeah, thanks Mitchie for linking it. Cool. Justin asks, is there anything in ideation about buying property? You mentioned looking at real estate when everyone's in Texas, New Worlds. Yeah, there's a big thread. There's actually a few threads now. I think maybe one of them is called like Moonbase Alpha or something like that. Like there's a lot of different considerations. Like what do we really want to achieve with this first like presence? Or like headquarters, like is it a co-working space? Is it like more of like a simulated environment? Or are we trying to do something that's like fully self-sufficient? Yeah, so check out that thread. I don't have the link handy, but yeah, there's a ton of great ideas in there. There we go. Yeah, self-sustaining Earth settlement. Cool. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I guess we can close up.
Sounds good. All right. Well, hope everyone has a good end of the week and gets to touch some grass this weekend. See you guys later.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, everyone. All right. Bye, guys.
Welcome to MoonDAO, a revolutionary governance model and mission-oriented community that's reshaping collaboration in the space industry. Our mission is to create a self-sustaining, self-governing settlement on the moon to act as a launch point into the cosmos. MoonDAO is governed like a nation, with its own economy, constitution, voting system, treasury, elections, and senate, but internet native, and so without the limitations of geography. In 2022, we sent our first member to space, showcasing our model's capacity for real-world impact. Now, we're implementing key solutions for global collaboration in the space industry. We offer a borderless, permissionless platform that enables everyday people to participate in the future of space development and exploration. Be part of our lunar legacy and join the MoonDAO movement today.